May the 29th, insects. May brings an ever wider range of insects, which are all now building in numbers. A walk in mixed woodland on a warm, dry day, or examining emergent vegetation around ponds, or merely sitting in a flower garden will be rewarded by a host of new insects. Bookham Common has a good range of habitats and therefore a lot of new insects. If oak and hazel bushes are tapped lightly, with a white cloth placed below the bush, a surprising amount of insects and caterpillars will fall off. There will be a large range of body forms and colours, ranging from looper caterpillars to sawflies, leaf rollers, and iridescent beetles. Hunting under leaves is also good for metallic coloured beetles and highly patterned shield bugs. Maybugs are among the most formidable of all London's insects. They have large, hard bodies up to 4 centimetres in length. They are also noisy when they fly and have a habit of crashing into windows. This makes them quite intimidating and when in swarms, terrifying. After 2 or 3 years underground as a larva, their adult life is relatively brief. They tend to fly in the evenings or at night and are a favourite food of bats. Other interesting beetles inhabit the leaves of water plants, particularly blue and green leaf beetles. Larger beetles seen this month are the rose chafer, door beetle, and tiger beetle. In ponds, the great diving beetle is common enough, but the great silver diving beetle, up to 5 centimetres long, is much rarer, although it does exist on Rainham marshes. Both can inflict a good bite, the latter having a sharp spine on its underside to help. These and other water beetles fly at night from pond to pond. Gardens are the domain of lily beetles. They are easily recognized due to their scarlet color and preference for garden lilies. They only arrived 60 years ago and have already spread across the whole country. They sometimes make a slight clicking sound if touched and then instantly fall to the ground. The similar looking and equally impressive cardinal beetle can still be found on Bookham Common. Soldier beetles, with their military precise, parallel folded wings and bright bronze, green and gold colours, are often to be seen on downland flowers. Swarming mayflies have to be the insect highlight of the month. Mayflies are unusual in having 2 quite different adult forms, often referred to by fishermen as duns and spinners. The dun is the first to emerge from the water, and then often after just a few hours and its last molt, it turns into a spinner. Several different mayflies can be found along the River Darent, and watching them dance over the surface of the water can be quite mesmerizing. The largest is the green drake, Ephemera danica, which can reach 3 centimetres in length and has the typical upswept wings and 3 long tails of many other mayflies. It usually appears in the early afternoon, and sometimes males form trout columns by the water. They rise and fall looking for females, occasionally diving to reach one. Once they have mated, they often then fall to the ground or onto the surface of the water. Meanwhile, the female continues to delicately lay batches of her eggs, occasionally touching the surface of the water as she does so. Once they have all laid, she then meets the same watery end. As many as a dozen or more other mayflies exist in the Darent, some of which, especially the spinners, are quite colourful. For example, the large dark olive, Beetus rhodani, and the iron blue, Beetus muticus, and the sepia dun, Leptophlebia submarginata, and the yellow may, Heptagenia sulphurea, all of which are on the wing this month. The quieter, shady stretches of the river, where there are beds of water crowfoss in flower, for example near Shoreham, are also good places to look. Older flies, which are far less flamboyant, are also emerging this month. In the River Darent, they could well be Scialis fuliginosa. The adults are a shiny, smoky brown with darkly veined wings set tent-like on their backs when they are resting, as they often are on older leaves overlooking the water. They are shy to fly, and if encouraged to do so, move quite awkwardly. Resting on leaves, they often seem quite unconcerned by any human presence. In similar habitats to mayflies, dragonflies and damselflies are also now starting to be noticed more. In London, the broad-bodied chaser, 4-spotted chaser, common blue damselfly, azure dragonfly, blue-tailed damselfly, red-eyed damselfly, and black-tailed skimmer can all be seen this month. The large red dragonfly, although rare, is also a possibility. On hot days, flies suddenly seem to be everywhere. The dance flies, fever flies, blue bottles, green bottles, and St. Mark's fly of last month are now joined by sawflies, gallflies, fruit flies, and more hoverflies. Dance flies are sometimes recognized from their ghoulish habit of carrying the corpse of another fly. This enticing gift is then laid in front of the female before the male mates with her as she feeds. Other noticeable insects this month include aphids, lacewings, and shieldbugs. A frightening 10 million greenfly can inhabit a single London lime tree. They are now rapidly increasing in numbers, and on still warm days they can occasionally form slow-moving clouds. Vivid lime green lacewings with their bright ruby or golden eyes may also be noticed flying badly. The adults have beautiful shiny lace-like wings, whereas some of the larvae have the habit of covering themselves with insect corpses to deter predators. Shieldbugs often have boldly patterned shield-shaped wing cases. Some are common under the leaves of specific plants. Some show a rare feature among insects, that is, some degree of parental care. Females will sometimes even be seen covering their young with their shield to protect them. Cuckoo spit is also now commonly seen in gardens on plants such as lavender, the froth offering some degree of protection for the soft, wet froghopper larvae within. Wherever there are lots of insects, there will also be lots of spiders. Orb, sheet, and tangle webs are all now being constructed. Wolf, money, and crab spiders are all hunting. Old grassland is always a good habitat to look for spiders, where jumping spiders may be seen leaping dramatically on their prey. More rarely, water spiders on the surface meniscus of ponds can be seen seizing their prey through the surface film.